don't have an official setup really, but do the best I can with what I got. And okay, whatever, we're just gonna go with what we got here. I'm actually gonna pan this down a little bit more so you can see. That's a little better. So, and now let me get a picture so you can see what I'm going for, if you can't tell from the title. Bam, there we go. So that's what I want. Make that a little bigger. Let's make that a little smaller. Okay, so I'm gonna go for that. I've not done this before. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a professional. But I'm blurdy.com. This is what we do. We cosplay. I cosplay. And we talk about cosplay. And I show you cosplay. I show you how to cosplay. So this will be the first official, let me show you how to cosplay Twitch creative stream. I did a Twitch creative stream a couple weeks ago, and it was me showing you how to paint. Well, not showing you, but just painting. I painted this. So I went to C2E2, a masquerade party for C2E2 a few weeks ago, and I have already cosplayed as Zuko from Avatar, The Last Airbender, and I've done that twice already in the last couple months. But at the masquerade at C2E2, I was obviously a masquerade, and I was like, you know, in December when I was just randomly thinking about Zuko, it's like, you know, it'd be great to do like a masquerade version of Zuko where I wear a mask and the mask has the burn mark and not on my face, and that way it's kind of classy. And then this party comes up for C2E2 at level 257 in Schaumburg, so I'm like, oh, what a perfect opportunity to do a Zuko masquerade. So I did this a couple weeks ago. Honestly, I like it a little bit, but it's not exactly what I want. I would have rather have had a left-sided mask only and just paint that, and then not have this at all, just be a half mask. But they don't make left-sided masks, they make right-sided masks, and it was a problem. So if I ever do this again, I'm probably going to make my own paper mache mask, because I bought this at Chicago Costume, not sponsored, but I bought this at Chicago Costume, and all they had was right-sided masks, and they said it's paper mache. It's only $5. It was just plain white, and I just painted this with acrylic paint. But that is a couple weeks ago. That's not right now. Right now, I am working on a Rorschach costume for C2E2. Should have probably thrown that in the hashtags when I got to see social media, but that's okay. So what we're gonna do is, I have all of these things here, and we're gonna paint. I have the important thing in this envelope. It came a couple days ago in the mail, and that is the chromatic paint that I need. That is the thing that changes color. So this mask, I don't know if this mask that's on the stream is supposed to be a changing mask at all. I have no idea. I just real quick grabbed one off of Google, which I don't need to look at anymore. And it's blocking chat, so I couldn't see that. There you go. So I don't know if that mask there is supposed to be a moving mask, but this will help us make a moving mask. And by moving mask, if you don't know what that means, anytime I breathe, when I have the mask on, the black ink will disappear. So the hot air from my mouth will make the black ink disappear, and it'll make it seem like it's a moving mask like it was in the movie for the Watchmen. So this is the big key to that, as well as the transparent base. If you can't see, this is transparent base. It's just white, but what it does is just is basically, this is powder and this is like the paint. So I'm going to mix it together, and that will be on the mask, and that will help it breathe. Now I don't know any of this stuff firsthand. This will be the first time I'm actually doing this. I wanted to give it a practice run first so I didn't embarrass myself on stream, but I just didn't have time. But let me first give credit to where credit is due. I saw this on YouTube, so I'm definitely just copying off of YouTube. There's actually lots of videos on YouTube, but the one that I am going off of is, there we go. So his YouTube channel account is Kid Named MC, that's EMCEE, Kid Named EMCEE. It's actually a 12-minute video. So I watched that several times just to get it in my head of what needs to be done, but I have not done it yet. Here's our materials. First off, styrofoam head. Picked this up at Sally's Beauty Supply. It was actually a hassle to go find. I had to go to 2 stores. It was only $3. So this is cheap. This is the cheapest thing of everything, and it's not just for this mask. I'm going to be using it for anything else I do that I need a head for. So, but this is $3. Do it. Next, again, the transparent base. This is like the paint to the thermochromatic stuff. This is powder. So mix it with the base. It'll make it like a black paint. Don't use too much. Just, figure it out. We'll go through that. But put those two together. It's going to make a paint that'll disappear when you breathe. Next, this will hold our paint. It's just a bowl and some spoons to mix it with. Not a big deal. Next, women's tights. I have 2 pairs just in case, but I have 2 pairs of white and I have 1 black, and these are the biggest pain in the butt. So I tried them on this morning, and what we're gonna do, these are full-on like pants tights, but all I need is this up here. This is all that I need. So we're gonna cut this, and we don't need the rest of it. Now, in theory, we'd be able to use both sides as masks. Use one and then have a second mask, and I bought an extra one. However, I'm going to show you in a little bit. This is going to thin out a lot, and it's white. So the reason why we have black is that when you are putting this on, if you just put this white one on, it's going to be really sheer, even though it says opaque tights. Once it stretches out more, it's going to be pretty sheer, and you can see your face. Like, you can see everything is going on. So just having a one sheer or one thing on your face is going to look weird, and just people can see right through it. So the idea is to get a black one, which again, once it's stretched out, you can see through it a little bit. Once it's stretched out, though, it'll help out with this. So you put this on first, and then throw on a white one on top of it, and that black will help mix in with the white, and it won't be as awkward looking. However, he recommended in his video, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but using a second pair, which obviously again we can just use the other side of this, but going with a black then a white, and then the outside white. So 2 whites and 1 black of tights, and then it'll look fair. You won't see the distinguishing facial features, your eyebrows or your eyelids or anything like that. I tried this this morning again with just these two. It was really hard to breathe because these are tight. These are tights, you know. Just the one was like, okay, I can deal with this all day long. I put 2 of them on, and then after maybe 5 minutes, my nose was starting to crush, having both of these on, and it was hard to breathe. It was harder to see. I was still able to see. I think I can get around a convention just fine if I just had the 2 on, but it would still be very uncomfortable on my nose. What I ended up trying to do is trying to push my nose up, because when you're pulling it down, it's pushing your nose down like this, and it was hurting and it was hard to breathe. So you might adjust it and push it up and then pull down, and I don't know how that's going to be, but it did help out a little bit. But we'll get into that in a sec. Let's clean this up. So I don't need this one right now. So this could be a second mask, because again, this will be the under mask, and then this will be the painted part. So I can make this into a second mask if necessary, or maybe I just screw up the painting and so on. But I'll have this here off to the side. Some scissors to cut with, and where did my brushes go? Oh, there you go. I got some brushes, so we're going to use it to paint with, and that's it. Right now I'm going to try to mimic this design for the first one, just do exactly what this is, and if I do a second one tonight or later, I'll probably do something a little bit more original. I just have no idea what I want to do. Again, I'm kind of rushing this. I wanted to be streaming an hour ago, but technical difficulties are what they are, and I'm tired too. So let's get started though. First off, we don't really need this black one right now, because all we're focused on is this white one, the one we're going to paint. But later on, again, I tried this on and it's started to stretch out a little bit, but it really needs to be put on and stretched out so it can be more comfortable later. Because this, like, can you imagine, this is supposed to be around my head. That, like, it's barely covering one cheek, and this has to cover my entire head. This thing really has to stretch. So I wouldn't wait till the last minute to do this. If you're going to do a Rorschach mask, give it some time and get ahead so you can put it on there and just let it sit there and stretch out. So when you put it on your head, finally, it will be a little bit more comfortable. But again, we don't need this one right now. I'm going to focus on just this one. But we're just going to throw this. Actually, let me cut this first. I want to cut it first. The only reason why, and it'd be nice if I could use this area here, the only reason why we're not is because this, and I don't know if you can tell, but it looks miscolored. It's almost like someone peed in it. It's a little off-white. I hope not. It's supposed to be brand new. But I'm just going to cut here. Doesn't really matter because I'm going to make another cut down this way later. Let's leave a little cloth. I see some tears already, so it could be from earlier. My tights have tears. You can see that hole. I did not do that just now. So it could have been from when I was trying it on my head earlier. So we may have a little disaster later on in stream or at C2E2. I don't know. But that was definitely a tear. Okay, so I'm going to put this on. stretch it out. Okay, so that's kind of good. Now this is fine, having this. This is fine because at the end of the day, I'm going to have a hat on, so no one's going to see this, though I wouldn't mind it being a little bit less, a little shorter, maybe like to here. So we got the head in there about this much. I'm going to cut more, and that's why I want it a little higher, because I'm going to cut some more. The Rorschach, you can barely tell in this picture, but he does have a scarf on. So I just want this mask to go down to my neck, like, you know, just around here or so. And then I have a scarf, put that on, and it's going to cover up any part of the mask that doesn't go far enough down, and then it's just the rest of the costume. Speaking of the costume, let me take a break. I'm still piecing it together, and I'm not even able to do what I wanted to do. The idea was for me to do a more dapper, clean, nice looking version of Rorschach, and I wanted it to be a white blazer, white pants, and a white fedora, white gloves, maybe black gloves to break it up, and a white black undershirt with yeah, I think black gloves would have worked better. Black gloves, black undershirt, and a white, either a white tie or a white scarf. I wasn't sure, but that's what I was going for. I had ordered the pants, and I could not find the blazer anywhere at all that was affordable. Now they're white blazers, but generally I couldn't find any under the price of $60, so I scrapped it. I searched all the Goodwills and H&Ms and, you know, Target and Macy's and all of that stuff, Amazon, eBay. The only ones I did find are really cheap and in China, and I don't have time for that shipping. And they're also slim cut, and I'm not a slim cut guy, so I can't wear that stuff. So I decided to just go back and do a regular Rorschach, traditional, whatever you want to call it. I got pants on the way, brown pinstripes, ordered some leather gloves. Obviously I'm doing the mask. I got a fedora that's also a pinstripe on the way. I got the Watchman button, the smiley face button on the way. Again, I already have the scarf. The only thing I don't have is a trench coat. So I'm gonna hopefully go back to Savers or Goodwill tomorrow and check them out one more time, because it's kind of been wishy-washy on what they've had. But check them out one more time. C2E2 is about 2 weeks from now, and I don't have a whole lot of time to order things or figure this out, but hopefully I can get a trench coat at one of these places within the next 2 weeks, because that's kind of the second most important thing to Rorschach. The first is the mask, and the second is the trench coat. Let's get this down a little bit more, and then I'll start the other processes. Let's see. But yeah, that's one cosplay, or I should say Rorschach is one cosplay for C2E2 that I'm doing. The other one, which at least the other one, I don't think I'm going to do 3, but I'll be there all 3 days. But I don't think I'm going to do 3 cosplays. It should just be 2. But the the second one is Black Dynamites. Yeah, this thing is so hard to get up there. That's what she said. I could probably cut this shorter, but I'll do that later if necessary. I just want to make sure this is kind of centered, or as centered as possible. And again, I'll have a hat on, so it'll be like this. You won't see the funny thing. Still want to cut this more. Yeah. Now what stinks about this styrofoam is that, one, this is a female's head, so it's already too small. Two, it's at an angle. It's not a straight-on face, it's not a straight-on head. She has her head tilted a little bit, like that. So if I start painting, I have to make sure I can't paint. It's going to be a painted on a lean like this, which no matter what, this is going to be off a little bit, because it should be like that, you know. That's straight on. That's how, well, doesn't help that this is this way and this was, yeah. But let's see, if that is straight, or I should say that is flat. It doesn't look flat. Maybe that is. I don't know. You have to take my word for it. It is off to an angle, so I don't know. I have to go forward. Okay, so I don't need this side right now. This will be the duplicate side, but basically the first underneath stretch. And I have a lot of hair on it, so that's not cool. But yeah, I don't need this side right now, and even if I did screw up, I have the extra pair unopened sitting here. Black first, then this, then this. Maybe, if I can breathe. Next, alright, transparent base and thermochromatic ink. Our bowl to mix, our spoon to mix with. And now I'm a little scared because I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, where is my... Alright, let's see. So this is our thermochromatic paint. I'm going to take a bit. Now, I got both of these on Amazon. The transparent base, it wasn't terribly expensive. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it wasn't terribly expensive. This was a little bit more. This was like $17. Now, according to that guy again on YouTube, this is worth the money. He actually paid more than I did, but this should take care of maybe 6 masks, paint 6 masks or so, because I'm not going to dump this entire thing. Again, this is powder. This is like the paint right here. So you're going to need more of this. Actually, about 2 bottles of these. Yeah, I got a second one here just in case I decide to do different patterns in the future. I have enough paint to go with the extra powder, because again, I'm only going to use like 1 or 2 spoons of this today. Yeah, just about 1 or 2, and see where that leads. Hopefully I won't need to make anything else or mix anything else. And I was thinking about doing 2 masks today, but I don't know, it's a lot later than I wanted to start. I wanted to start this stream at like 2, and it is, I started around 7:30. Yeah. careful with this stuff, I'd say. I haven't touched it, but I can't be too safe. So that's all I'm using. See how it stains already, this plastic bag. Okay, that's gonna chill right there. I got some on my finger. Alright, so I don't want too much of this on my fingers. But it's happening. Alright, that's open enough. I don't exactly need a whole bunch of this stuff. So he said in his video to mix in enough to where the black acrylic paint and the transparent base kind of become paint. So I'm going to need a little bit more than that. Yeah, so right now it's like gelatin. It's not even liquid at all, like big globs. It actually looks like black bread dough, like I'm kneading dough. So I need more because I have to paint this, not glue it or bake it. Okay, so that's still really thick. I'm reluctant to use it, but I don't know. The thing with the transparent base, if I keep adding more, it doesn't matter. It's not like it's going to turn into running water. It's already a thick gel-like substance, you know. So me adding more is not going to help. It's just going to make it more like that. So I think this is good enough. It's kind of liquidy, a little runny. Not bad. It's mixed in. Just want to make sure I get all the powder off the side so I don't have any that's not mixed with the transparent base. Don't want it to come and haunt me later, so let me get all of that. And the color right now is like kind of dark gray. Okay, now here's the hard part, actually painting. So I have a little bit of artistic skill, but that's only a little. I used to draw when I was a kid, but I didn't draw ink block tests. I drew Mortal Kombat characters. A little different, unless we're talking about Noob Saibot, which I did draw him. Alrighty. So here's her face. One last time before I ruin it. Alrighty, let's see. I basically am, is those his eyes? Will his eyes be those two white dots, or is that a little too off? I could paint that there around. Well, let's just go for it. Let's not get too much, just in case. So it's going on a lot thinner than I thought it would. But we're a long ways to go. Let's just do a big black around the entire eye sockets, and then we'll fill in the rest. Now what I wanted to do, and I probably should have, completely forgot, and I would recommend that you do, if you're watching this later, I was going to take a paper towel like this one and tape it to the styrofoam head, so that way I don't get paint that's going through the tights and onto the styrofoam head and ruining the head, and possibly making the dry time for the actual piece a little longer, or anything else that's would be negative. I was thinking, oh, putting some paper towel on the head would preserve the head and make cleanup easier and keep any future accidents or problems or whatever, but completely forgot to do that, and too late. I also think it would help for the paint to be applied. Because right now I'm like pushing it through the stockings. It's not or tights. I'm not actually painting the tights. That's where we're at. So I'm going to keep, like I said, this eye socket. Let me paint the other side first. So while I'm doing this, let's talk about black dynamite. So this morning, well, I don't know if anybody lives in Chicago and had this issue before, if you're a cosplayer or prop maker or whatever, but it's not this morning, but yesterday I was trying to order this gun that I found on Amazon, and I thought it was pretty sweet. With black dynamite, he has a long barreled revolver. I think it's 14 inches or somewhere around there. Really sweet, awesome gun. Kind of hard to find as a toy gun, but I found a gun on Amazon, $10. And it wasn't bad. It was a pretty good replica. It wasn't like a direct replica of black dynamite. It's just, this is a pretty good gun. Even had like it said a hunting gun, hunting pistol, something like that. So it had a little, a sight, a detachable sight on top. Didn't need that, but just thought it was cool. And $10, and I was like, okay, yeah, let me order that. That'll work with black dynamite really well, and I'll just deal with it and use it for Rorschach too. Why not? Just to let you know that's not working yet. But yeah, I was all set to order that and put it in the cart, ready to pay with all the rest of the stuff I ordered yesterday. And right at checkout, Amazon tells me that Illinois does not allow, or at least Chicago does not allow for that gun. I don't know if it's that gun in particular or all toy guns, but it does not allow for that to be delivered in my area. So I was pretty upset because I had been looking for a couple weeks for a gun, and that was pretty much the best one that I could find that was affordable. There are other prop guns out there, and I think there is a one place that might have a prop Black Dynamite gun, and then Rorschach, his guns are several $100s because they're like real replicas. No toy guns for him. So I was out of luck. But this morning I decided to give eBay a shot. And I had looked into eBay prior, but today I found some really sweet guns that are located in Minnesota. And the deal is $19. I got 3 guns for $19, 2 long barrel pistols, 14-inch, and then 1 shorter, small pistol. So it's not that bad for $20. Right now I'm looking like a Robin mask. Let's see. But yeah, they look cool, and they should be in next week. And the thing about those, they're painted all black, or maybe they're just black plat or whatever. They're black, and the revolver for Black Dynamite is a silver, metal colored revolver. So next week, I more than likely will do another Twitch stream, creative stream, to paint both of those guns. Maybe just one at least. The silver metal metallic color, and I have silver metallic acrylic paint sitting in that closet, ready to go. So I'm going to do that more than likely next Saturday or next Sunday, something like that. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to need to fix that, make these a little smaller, really both of them. It's kind of hard to tell too because the paint is going through the stocking, so I'm painting the styrofoam too. It's giving me like an illusion that there's more paint there than there actually is. I'm pretty sure the guy said the mask, the paint takes hours to dry, it takes a while. So even though I was totally blowing on it with hot air, it's not dried yet, and it might be a while before I'm able to test and make sure it works. Kind of stinks. I think I overdid it with some of this, but I didn't exactly draw this out either. So I'm just going to draw this here, a little outline. Yeah, I'm getting more paint on the actual styrofoam than I am on the stocking. Yeah, I'm looking at this, I'm thinking like, man, it's not coming out quite the same. But one of those reasons, well, I'm not a talented artist, but this head is smaller, so I don't have that much working space. As you can see with, well, you can't really tell from where I'm pointing, but there-ish, how long that is, and I'm trying to be that long on this side. this side, but I don't have that much space to work with because the face is tilted and small. So I really have to paint this a little longer, a little bigger, just to make up for the fact that my head is so big compared to this. And I don't know how big. Super funny. The idea seemed to come out of nowhere of me cosplaying as Black Dynamite, because I haven't seen Black Dynamite in years. So this is turning out to be more like a Sting mask, a Sting facial paint than it is Rorschach. So that's fine. It is what it'll be. As far as cosplay goes, I may, or at least I say I greatly desire to cosplay Magneto right now. And I think it's just because, honestly, as much cosplay is on the website, blurdy.com, if you haven't checked it out, as much cosplay is on the website and how much I've seen, how much I've posted and so on, it's not a lot of Magnetos out there, and not a lot of good ones. Not to say that I'm a good Magneto or I'll be a good one or that I'm going to be a good Rorschach, clearly, yeah. But I just kind of want to do it and see if I can. And yeah, I don't have time to do that for C2E2, but Wizard World Chicago is in August, so I can do it then. And that's kind of what I want to do, is have all of that armor and whatever I can ready by then. It's just whether or not I have the time and the money to work on it. I don't know why I took so long in life to just go ahead and go to conventions and try to meet people and stuff like that. But I mean, I definitely should have been doing this 5-10 years ago. I can't even imagine how much different my life would be right now if I actually went to conventions. And I'm not saying that going to a convention is a life-changing experience at all. It's just something fun to do. But it would have possibly been something more meaningful to me as it is now. Because I'm going for work. Yeah, this is... again, blurdy.com, whole website, I'm going for work purposes. But I can honestly say if I wasn't working, if this wasn't a website and I wasn't doing a thing like this, that I would have made efforts to go this year. And, you know, I definitely would be there. Because I'm into so much stuff now that it'd be like, how could I not go to C2E2? It only makes sense for me to go. So I'm going to have some fun there too. That's why I'm cosplaying, because I'm there to have fun. I'm also trying to interview cosplayers, as many as I can. I don't know everyone is going to be there, but let's real quick run down the list. C2E2, I know Yaya Han's going to be there because she's doing several panels. Which I may or may not attend. I do want to, though. Let's see, Remy, Noel, Diarda are going to be there. They actually announced today what booth they're going to be in. I don't remember off the top of my head. Lisa Lou, who's going to be there. I've already talked to her about this kind of, not talked to her directly. I've only met her once, but she said it, and I asked her a couple months ago when I did meet her. She said that she was going to be there, and she is. Lady Devon's going to be there with Nicole Solera and Miss Violence, and don't know if anybody else in that group, but they'll be there. And I definitely want to talk to Lady Devon because I have a little gift for her. And who else is going to be there? I don't believe Jessica Negri is going to be there. I don't think so. I don't think Riddle's going to be there. I know Anna Mia is not going to be there. Off the top of my head, that's all I can think of. And right now, this is one side, is the other. So it kind of, it's funny what it looks like. When I was thinking about this, like, what should I paint? I was thinking, okay, I should do one mask that looks just like the mask that's gone, one of the ones that you can buy, and just do an exact duplicate of that. And then the second mask should be something more abstract. Like I was going to do a Japanese or Chinese symbol or something like that, and it meant something, but no one would know. It would just be like the brush strokes of that, and then make that a mask. Like, oh, okay, that might be cool. I was like, okay, what if I did that? What word would I try to do in Mandarin or whatever language? And the first thing that came to mind was, oh, I should do love. Don't know why. I'm not in love. I'm not dating anyone, and whether or not I'm interested in someone right now is debatable. But for some reason, I'm thinking love, and I was like, no, what if I did like heartbroken or hate, something like that, just to mess, something emotional, but just to mess with people. So this thing is basically like a broken heart, the way I did the face and so on. It just looks like this was a heart, and then it got broke down the middle, and it's split. It's exactly what it looks like. What if I did this? Get a little bit more action around the mouth, because, this is a breathing mask, but I don't have anything around the areas that have breath. So, yeah. This didn't take terribly long. It's going to take a long time to dry. But because it takes so long to dry, I can't do a second mask right now. It's just, this has to dry. Moving it right now would be a bad idea. I only have one styrofoam head. I don't know if I want to wear this Rorschach, because again, it looks like a broken heart, looks like a mess. I don't mind this stuff, but yeah, this looks like a mess. Maybe I'll find a better picture that's floating around the internet of a mask, because that one, I could not do it correctly, but what I ended up doing is making it myself a broken heart. And it's a shame, because I do have plenty of ink left. Don't know what to do with this ink if I'm not painting. Oh well. Is there anything else I can do to this this mask to make it look better? I think something along the side up here would be good. So I already got some, this going on the side. Might as well have something up here. I don't think the mass air from my mouth is going to get that far, but still decoration, you know. Okay, let's just do a straight here. Okay, getting a little reckless. Okay, almost done, and I'm gonna end the stream after this because there's not much else I can do. Not until it dries. Okay, there it is. That side. This all feels too weird because, again, this is a woman's mask. So I feel like I just painted a woman's Rorschach mask, and I really should have been a guy. So this actually might take off and be a lot different when I put it on and feel different. Because, again, this is a woman's head. So every time I look at it, I feel like I'm like I said, that's why I said Harley Quinn. It's like, feels like a woman's mask that I just made. But this is definitely a man's mask, and because I'm making it for me. So it may look different when I put it on my face. We'll see. I'm hoping that in the very least that the eyes are in a good enough spot that I can see through them. But I can't test that out and paint. It's impossible. But yeah, that's it. If anything, maybe I'd throw something on his forehead. Starting to feel like Dr. Manhattan now. But maybe I'll paint something on the forehead. Probably, I don't know. Probably not, because again, he's got a fedora. I'm gonna cover that part up. So yeah, that'll be his stream. Tomorrow night, I'm gonna try. I just want to say thank you for watching this video. If you haven't already, please hit the like button, share the video with whatever social media you have, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We put up all types of videos as well as blog posts on our blog, blurdy.com, about gaming and comic books and cosplay, movies and TVs. We have reviews, we have previews, we just discuss whatever is happening in our nerdy world. So make sure you go and check us out. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Twitch, so you can watch us play games. And we also have an Instagram account which is 100% dedicated to cosplay. So if you are a cosplayer or just a cosplay lover, make sure you follow us on Instagram. But you're here on YouTube or maybe watching us on our blog, blurdy.com. So while you're here, make sure you start watching this video right here. As or does or is into, but is very much a part of what's going on with blurdy.com. I made sure it's there because I love it so much. It's kind of even a risky thing to put cosplay and comics and video games all together at the same time, but this is my passion, and here's why. So I compare my view